fuck the strays. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to WiR. Let's talk. Live from the Netherlands, here is your host, the Mark Dutch. Hello everyone and welcome to WiR Let's Talk Season 2, technically, Episode 2, and we have quite the show for you today. And how about I go ahead and not bother you that long with my voice and immediately bring in my first guest. Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to welcome to you all. He's none other than the Booker. And we're not talking about Brian. We are talking about the Bard, Lucian Alexander. Lucian, welcome to WiR Let's Talk. How are you doing today?
Well, I'm talking to Mark Dutch.
Well, you just
Don't
killed
kick me off the show.
You just killed the opening.
No, I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm doing quite fine. I just did this online quiz on TV and I scored a 7. So that's pretty nice. We are immediately looking at a couple of comments. We see a couple of people: Stephen Romero, Kyle, some kind of guy named Lucas Tubbs, Bad News Maggle. I think we have a pretty solid viewer base. What do you think?
It says 7, and out of the 300 and so on the forum or the subreddit or whatever you want to call it, I'd say that is serviceable.
I mean, in 5 minutes' time, at least. Well, 7 minutes' time to be technical, but in 7 minutes' time, we have quite the guests already. How about we go ahead?
Oh yeah, I agree. You have the best guests.
I mean,
Your guests are fucking great.
I mean, a great guest only wants to come to a show with a great host, at least.
I guess.
It's why Jimmy Kimmel isn't that popular anymore.
Oh!
Zing! Shots fired. But anyway, how are you doing? How is the how are you about? How do you feel about WiR Do a Flip, the upcoming pay-per-view this Sunday? Actually, well, knowing WiR this Monday or Tuesday or Wednesday.
Dude, I'm really pumped about it. Because we have a pretty damn big show going, and other than, the just me throwing together a rookie match at one point.
Yeah.
Pretty much everything has a story going on with it and has like a point, which is pretty awesome.
It's pretty great to see. And let me just make something very clear. Take out some worries from the people. I hope you don't mind this. Has every match so far been taken?
Yeah, every match has been taken. I was actually pulling that up and I was going to edit the thing so that everyone's name is next to the match they took.
Okay, yeah, I just want to go and check out, take some of the tension off of it, because when people look at it now, people see that four matches are still open, while people
A lot,
like,
so I forget to do this stuff.
people like Carson, Miles, Maverick, a lot of people have already taken matches, and even
Yeah.
the Turner Dome, uh, I think I pronounced that wrong. Sorry, the Tina fucking Turner Dome. That was it. The Tina fucking Turner Dome has been taken by two people, even, which is very great to see. Like two people working together, and that's very nice to see. I'm very happy. Is there any match in particular that you're most excited about, or are you like indifferent about it? You feel like every match has the potential to be the greatest.
No, I will show my bias and say that I am pumped as shit for the main with Mav and Blackwater.
Like we see the original Hex versus the original John Hall, aka Brian Wants Blood.
Yeah, and dude, it's like I know some of the stuff that's going to go down. I don't know everything, which is one of the reasons that I'm so pumped because I'm excited to see what they haven't told me, and I think it's going to be an awesome match.
It's certainly, I believe, I was going to say it's not the first ever barbed wire death match, but that's not true. We've had a couple on Amadov, and like one on a forgettable pay-per-view at least. But I'm
Yeah.
I'm very excited about it as well. I mean, I'm pretty sure I've never seen a barbed wire death match, no ropes, on a WIR main event, at least aside of Amadov. Not
Yeah,
that
I
I can
think
recall at this point. If people want to point out that it's wrong, you can go ahead and say it in the live chat.
yeah, I think you're completely right. I think this is a first.
Yeah, personally, I'm really excited about well, three matches. Of course, the main event, because you have Brian, who's an amazing guy, has an amazing character, and is an amazing writer. I'm not trying to kiss his ass, although I am. But it's just, and we have Maverick, the currently reigning champion, who has pulled matches out of his ass. The quality of great quality at least. But there are two more matches that I'm really interested in about. Well, I should say four. I'm gonna go ahead and count in the rookie match, because all three guys have delivered great promos even, and have put up some amazing. Well, they wrote some amazing shit, don't you think?
Yeah, that's actually the reason that I decided to give them a match on the pay-per-view was with the quality of what they put out on that go home house party. I was like, well, shit, we might as well let them work the pay-per-view because that was pretty damn cool, and I'm sure they can make something cool happen with this. And it
It,
seems like they're doing that.
exactly, and I'm very proud of it. I think this is one of the most talented rookie debuts, even. Well, aside of the, I think it was August 2014, which had the set of Devin Sanders, who was slightly not long with us, Jack Anchor, and of course, then before he was named Mark Dutch, of course, that was the most talented group. But this is a very close second.
What was
And
the other match you're looking for? You're looking
um,
toward?
well, the other match I'm really looking for is Kevin Scott Jackson versus Dalidas Nova with the separated championship, and I believe it was Dalidas who threw his title away in his promo in order to. No, I think that was a house party segment. I could be wrong. Who threw the title away, and I'm really excited for that match because I know Dalidas Nova is an amazing character with an amazing with an amazing match quality, to say the to name it, because of a lack of I'm just very excited for that match, for the payoff, unless the payoff is going to
Hmm.
be at the anniversary show, which is next. And you have Kevin Scott Jackson, who is a character that I'm personally a big fan of, for the reason being that it's just, well, it's Kevin Scott Jackson. It's an amazing character. I like that character a lot, and I like to see the undisputed independent championship crowning. I'm really excited for how that
Yeah,
ends.
that's going to be really cool. It's that's something I've been working on, getting us a nice new looking belt, and I think everyone's going to be pretty happy with it. I've been working pretty hard on it.
Yeah, I mean, let's go ahead and do a. You want to do a WIR? Let's talk preview, to say the least. Like, this is my idea. We're not going to show it yet. You're just going to send it to me, and I'll just give my personal opinion on it. Since I'm not in the battle royale for the number one contendership, I'm just I like to give teasers, give people a reason to join in,
I
if you don't
I will
mind.
tell you
Yes,
that we have an interestingly colored strap,
it's going to be
and it
rainbows, isn't it?
is no, it is not, but it is now. Um,
Fuck.
no, uh, it's got an interesting color, and it is. We have honestly never had a title that looked like this. I can say that completely honestly. We tend to have very traditional looking championship belts, and this is a little untraditional.
How about you just send it to me, and I'll just give a personal opinion so people can expect, like, oh, Dutch thinks it's shit, so it must be great, or Dutch think it's great, which means it's fucking awesome.
The only reason I won't send it to you is because I'm still finishing it up.
I mean, I don't mind half-finished projects, but I respect your idea. I mean, if you want to turn it around, just send it to me. Just surprise me with it.
Okay, I
Um,
might.
and no, I'm not gonna quit, but also, I have to go ahead and say this. I'm excited for the Tina Turner Dome as well because it's Superfan Alice, Brennan Byrne, Romero, Warlock versus, of course, the Strays and Royzen O'Brien, because I don't see Royzen as a full
You
member
said that
because
you
I'm
said that incorrectly. Against Fuck the Strays.
against Fuck the Strays. Well, I mean,
There.
they're against Fuck the Strays, but
Thank you.
it's just the Strays plus Royzen, in my opinion, for the reason being that I just don't see Royzen as a member. I just see the original three as the
Yeah.
Strays, personally. And that's not sexism, that's a fact. Because any character who dates Vikstad is not human.
Yeah, that's fair.
And I see currently in the live chat, fuck the Strays, fuck the Strays. Lamau, why would you be excited for Tina Turner Dome? Well, I'm excited for the Tina Turner Dome because, well, it has a lot of bodies in it. Like, you have 8 characters. We're going to go and have Warfare in there. So, I'll be honest, I'm just really curious on how it's going to be, like, for a big group of people. Man, how's it going to feel to read? But I have a personal, I think that, and also like Romero says, because it's a cool stipulation and a good match, can still be made out of a disappointing storyline.
I, you know, I think this storyline hasn't reached its full potential, but I don't think it's been disappointing. It's still been really interesting.
I think it's joking by Romero, but I agree. I believe that, which is why in the prediction thread I said that for the Tina Turner Dome, I think the Strays are going to walk out with a win for the eventual big payoff at the anniversary show, which is next month.
And if the Tina Turner Dome isn't the big payoff, hot damn, what do they have planned for us? You know?
Exactly. I mean, that's why I'm excited for it because I have this feeling it's going to be the stepping stone to the ultimate match. And I believe, if I may guess, it's going to be the Torneo Cybernetico. If I said it correctly, probably not, but I don't give a shit. Fuck the Strays. Yeah. So I'm really excited about. Well, if we're gonna discuss every matches, we're gonna have to talk. If you want to do that, or do you want to have the next guest join in right now?
This is your show, homie. You make your decisions.
I know, but I want to make sure that all parties are okay with the with the addition of a person, it's gonna kind of limit the
Oh yeah,
way.
that's fine with me. That doesn't bother me at all.
It doesn't bother you at all. Okay.
No, that's fine.
I'm gonna go ahead and set up the person who's gonna join right now. So, but I'm still gonna talk.
Okay.
I have to send something quickly. Go ahead and put this up. I do this way too late. Uh, so I want to go ahead and have everybody get ready because you have to get ready for this kind of
Boom, boom.
dumb shit, to say the least, for the current person who's about to join. He's currently the longest ever reigning, but not current, WiR world champion in WiR
I'm already
history.
here.
Who is going to join us? Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to welcome.
I'm already
to
here
the
though.
I'm talking about, sadly, Jack Flash. God damn it.
Flash.
He's currently connecting. If he's not connecting, that's on him.
But yeah, I have a bone to pick with what you just said. He is not the longest reigning WIR World Heavyweight Champion. Brody Hansen beat him for that by 1 day.
By 1 day.
By 1 day. We made sure.
Did I win the car?
No.
Can
this
you
the
even
phone
drive,
for the
Flash?
car? No, I can't. I thought this is the call in for the free car. Or is that the other phone number?
No.
It's the other phone number.
Also, just gonna go ahead to say, Flash, you're gonna have to speak up a little bit because your volume is way lower than the rest of us.
Turn me up then.
That's your responsibility.
Oh,
You wanted
is
to be a
that-
guest. You better make sure all your shit is right.
God damn.
Yeah, well,
Jesus Christ. What the
That
fuck was that
doesn't-
sound?
We're trying to eat something that was right in front
I
of
was
you,
really
which was the
taking the
mic.
sticker off my webcam.
It sounded like you were drinking a Slurpee, and the Slurpee was the microphone, to be perfectly honest. But anywho,
Anyway,
we are talking about WIR right now. We're talking about the pay-per-view Do a Flip. I almost forgot it. Almost, but not quite. Flash, except for your own, which is the tag match between you and Harvey versus Clutch and Jake Beaumont. I believe that's right. Which match are you most excited about, personally?
I'm very much looking forward to the Teen Dome. I feel that's kind of a cliche answer, but this is a gimmick match, and I like gimmick matches. So, and Romero and Byrne, I think they're writing it. They're very good writers, so should be good.
And you really go for, like, you expect a big quality in the match regarding the writers, at least. You think they're gonna save the shithole that is a
Yeah, so I think
a
even
Kyle
then,
Scott match.
I think they are the only writers that can save a Buck the Strays match. That's yeah.
They're gonna.
Uh,
I hope they're not gonna fuck shit up.
yes.
I have the utmost confidence in them.
You have confidence in people?
I have the utmost confidence in them. That is it.
We have Jack Flash and Mark Dutch. This podcast is basically hell right now. Thanks, Romero.
Yeah, fuck you. Let's go ahead and get a bit spicy right now. Well, Lucy, you had for those who are like new, for those who are like they just joined. They are part of the 3 people who are in the rookie match. You've had a character before you were a booker.
I did, yeah.
Yeah,
I had 2.
Yeah, 2. Yeah, and those were for the people.
Yeah, 3.
Well,
What were
Yeah,
the
yeah,
names of the
at
two
least
characters?
He did have one match, didn't he? Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
And was
I thought I
basically
just promoed as him and then it never went anywhere. He had one match on a house party, so that's right. I had 3. I had I had Lucian Alexander, which was my original character, and he started off as like this egotistical know-it-all from Arkansas. Quite the fucking what's the word? I don't know. Those two things don't go well together. Is the word that means that. And then his cousin John Cody, the hulking brute from Arkansas. Those were my 2 characters. Yeah.
Those were the 2 characters. And let's go ahead and get a bit spicy right now. Just for the sake of it, to get a bit of attention going on. Since you had 2 characters, John Cody, Lucian Alexander, and they had their fair share of feuds. And has there ever been a person who you regret feuding with? Just to get a bit spicy, get the shit going on. If you don't feel comfortable yet, like talking shit about someone, you can go ahead and say, Dutch, you go ahead and name someone.
The only reason I'll say I want you to name someone is because I'd have to think about it. I'd have to think about who all I feuded with, so I'd need just a minute to think.
Okay.
how we forced it to be black.
I believe this person is currently listening. No, wait, not. Before WIR, I was a member of PWR, Pro Wrestling Resistance, and I had a feud with a guy called Captain Canuck. And Captain Canuck was a Canadian character, like full-blown Canadian, who would, on his entrance, carry a Canadian flag and Triple H style spit maple syrup in the air instead of a bottle of water. That's no joke. And Captain Canuck and we were a tag team even because I was a Dutch nationalist. He was a Canadian nationalist. And what's funny about it is that the moment we began to tag team as La Révolution, well, I don't even speak French, but that was the joke, he ditched me. He ditched me mid-tag team reign. We were about to go for the tag team championship. I was optimistic. I couldn't... Thank you, Kyle. Dutch nationalism. Nazism. But the joke is that we were supposed to feud after that match. And what happened was he ditched me, which explained a lot why he wouldn't promo at all and wouldn't return my messages. I was just optimistic. He's on vacation or something. I thought that. And so we went into the pay-per-view against TNT and Tank. And we lost. And the show after, I attacked my tag team partner in the most brutal fashion.
Sudden silence.
And sudden silence. Wait, okay, you guys can still hear me, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
All right, just making sure. Because you said sudden silence. We're
just listening to your war stories, Grandpa.
Yeah. Well, I'd say back in 1942, I was... No.
That's terrible expression.
Like your character, Flash. Now let me speak my fucking story.
Oh, yeah, I agree.
Zing. Got him.
No,
But,
you can't sing me if I agree.
And I delivered the most brutal beatdown ever. I would crush his...
Did you stab him in the butt?
No. I didn't pull the Jack Flash approach.
It's brutal if you didn't get stabbed in the ass.
You know that scene from American History X where the guy was getting curb stomped on the on the pavement? You remember that?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I did that, but his teeth were on the barricade.
Ooh.
Yeah, that was the most extreme moment I had. The following show after, I was drunk again because I forgot the promo accidentally.
He's dope.
No, not PWR, Pro Wrestling Resistance. That was the end of La Revolution,
Shit,
with the Dutch guy curb stomping the teeth. Like, the teeth flew out even. That was written in there.
Before or after you became a drunk?
So you literally killed him. Because
No.
You don't live from that.
I tested his dental plan.
He gave him serious brain trauma. That's different.
I mean,
He can never walk again, but I didn't commit murder.
no.
It's not technically murder if there's still brain activity.
That was the first incident regarding a loss of teeth in my WIR career.
Wasn't WIR?
I mean, in
Don't
my
associate this
EFED career. Also, if
You dumb bastard.
I believe there are some
And the
problems
stream
with
died.
the stream. If you give me just a minute. Yeah, there's a little problem with the stream, everyone who's listening. If you give me just 1 second, I'm gonna fix this. And we'll be back in about 1 minute. Bram, fucking good. Yeah, fucking hell.
Congratulations, Dutch.
I
It's
feel-
10 minutes and you crashed it already.
No, 23. Dutch fucked up, as per his MO. Oh,
Yeah,
fuck.
this is standard operation procedure.
I feel like shit. Alright. The stream is going to
Good.
restart right now. I hope it's good now. Alright. I hope we're back. Say in the comments if we're back. We're just going to go ahead and continue as if nothing happened. But anywho, that was the first incident I had with a certain character losing a tooth or more in my wrestling role-playing career. The second one was Kevin Scott Jackson, by the way. In the original ladder match. The first ever ladder match where... you know what? We'll just save that story for maybe later. So, Lucian, it's your turn.
I came to a conclusion. Most definitely, my least preferred feud that I had was with the WIR community as a whole when I first joined up, and specifically Jack Anchor and I'm trying to remember, maybe Kyle Scott were insisting that because my name was Lucian, I had to be black. That happened for about 2 weeks. Then I caved, made a thread where I changed my profile, my character picture from Bobby Fish to Ricochet, just so they would shut the fuck up, and like got people in trouble with Brian because he jumped in the thread and was like, "What the fuck, guys? He can be whoever he wants to be and shit." But that was a very stressful 2 weeks where I kept having to scream that I wasn't black.
Bad News
I'm
Mago said,
very
isn't
bad at
this why
remembering shit.
Romero is black too? Apparently.
Probably.
Well,
I mean...
no one is black in this company of their own choice.
So your feud was about Ricochet,
black.
Bobby Fish, and the WIR community.
Yes.
That's beautiful. So, Jack Flash, up to you. What's your least favorite storyline you worked on, or at least...
Probably when I was doing a story with a tag partner, and then my tag partner decided they were leaving and didn't want me to do anything apart from get rid of them with no notice, or like I asked if I could write them out and they said no. They just wanted to disappear. And then I wrote them out and then I got stabbed in the ass. So
I don't recall this. When did this happen, Jack? This is strange.
This was the last Ultimate Happening by chance.
No, that's not true. There's no way.
Wasn't this like half an hour ago, yeah? Half a year. Half an hour ago you got stabbed in the ass. No,
Stabbed in the ass.
like 3 minutes before
When
the
this
stream started,
started.
you got stabbed in the ass. Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds about right, to be honest.
Yeah. I mean, it happens to you every night,
this
but that's a
happened
different story.
The beginning of last year, after I lost the belt, and then started feuding with the Warlords and Chongas, and then all that shit happened.
You were kind of becoming a bit of a
and then
dick.
that about the spiral.
Yeah, you were becoming a
Well-
bit of a cocky dick, to say the least. And that was Stud's, I believe it was Stud, way
Yeah, it
of
was.
saying "back the fuck up, bitch," and you got stabbed in the ass.
To be fair, in the same match, he did kind of tell you to back the fuck up, Dutch, because he wrote you losing your mask and you weren't ready for that yet.
It's just
No.
trying to
That
picture
was a
people.
whole different. That was a whole different.
That was the same match.
Yeah, it was the same match, but that was a different story. This was not beforehand discussed that I would lose my mask. I had said to Stud at the time, like, I don't want the mask to go off. And what happened was he wrote that the mask broke, my face was exposed, everyone was puking, and then I got eliminated. That was the tale behind it, and I was pissed the fuck off about it. Because I had said, like...
I remember that.
And I was that was Stud, right? Yeah, that was Stud, I believe.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
it was.
And I told Stud, like, Stud, what the fuck was that? I was pissed off. I've been pissed way too many times to Stud. To like a 5 days later, a day later, I would be like, I understand why you did that. I'm sorry, I got pissed. But that was the same match, yes. To get back to the
Yes.
thing.
I still feel I was in right for what I did. Honestly.
I'm sure Hitler does too, but it doesn't.
Thank you.
any
Thank you. I was waiting for that.
Man,
No,
this
but
is a very
there's-
Nazi-themed podcast right now.
We're not very Nazi
When is it
reality
not?
right now.
I mean, when I'm on it, I'm Dutch, so I'm basically German, a
You're
Dutch,
basically
a
Nazi.
German without hills. So basically, I'm just Hitler. I'm the Hitler of WiR.
I do enjoy that you've embraced the whole not having hills thing. It
Yeah.
makes life a lot easier for all of us.
It was an incident I had with Flash. Like, Flash was naming random shit, and I was trying to defend it because I was in such a shit mood, and he said, no hills, and I started sending him pictures of hills. And
You were so pissed off. It was
because I
great.
was
Oh my God,
pissed the fuck.
That's the greatest feud I've ever been in. Is the Hills.
Which I think I
Oh,
won because
God.
I still have
No, I won
recognition
it.
for it.
I won it.
No one remembers any of the shit you contributed, only the shit I contributed.
They remember that you don't have hills. That's what Flash contributed.
Now in
Yes.
every segment on the house parties I write, there is a hill joke in there, always. Like,
It
he
was
doesn't
just
have
so
any
good.
patience
It was
coming to the ring.
beautiful.
Like, he doesn't have any hills. And then almost every time Woodbridge goes, hey-yo. Because,
What's Mark Dutch's favourite film? The
hey-yo.
Hills Have Eyes.
Hey!
Fuck you. Flash, don't stab people in the eye. According to...
Yeah, well, he deserved it.
He didn't.
He
You sounded like such a
did.
child.
He deserved it, though.
I think it's time for us to have a new guest join. If people want to join the
God.
podcast, well, I wouldn't call it
Tell
podcast.
them to fuck off.
Well,
People
maybe I'll
wanna
tell you
join
to
the
fuck off.
podcast.
Maybe I'll let you join. Just go ahead, shoot me a message on Discord, on Reddit, or on Skype if you already have me. And we'll see you in the show, perhaps. So just send me a message. Oh, I got a messenger. Well, that was very anticlimactic, to be honest. Let me go ahead and set shit up, because I think people are gonna like this guest. I would like to welcome back. Oh.
You also fall under the delusion that people enjoy your promos, though. So we can't trust everything you say.
Hey, my promos
Well,
won the
delusion people like Mark Dutch in general.
Jack Flash.
I think
when
he's aware that no one likes Mark Dutch.
it's become my gimmick. But
I just want to know how long we can shit on you before you kick us off the podcast.
yeah,
Oh, we can shit on him
That
all
red-
day.
I mean
That's
that I have
Spanish.
to see the hang up button is very appealing at this point. But
It's red.
ladies
Red
and gentlemen, I
fire.
would like to welcome to the WIR Let's Talk podcast. Are you ready for this?
Probably not.
He is the current WIR World Heavyweight Champion.
I was right. I wasn't ready.
Oh, great.
I would like to welcome to the show Maverick. That's a shitty entrance thing, though.
Deep.
Welcome to the show, Maverick. How are you doing? I think his mic is not connected.
Congratulations.
Ew.
Maverick has lost his voice.
No, I had to get my stuff, but it's good now. It's good now.
So it wasn't connected at that time, though.
It was muted. I'm using my phone. It was muted
Case-
for some reason.
Fuck it.
Caitlin is just throwing shade in the chat.
Yeah. I mean, who cares about Caitlyn? Dutch really wants to be a face, but he's a heel just so he can feel good about people hating him because they're supposed to. Even though it's total X-Pac heat.
Yeah.
Everyone nervously laugh and pretend it isn't true.
I mean, that makes me a great heel. People hate me, actually. I like to think of it as a victory. But Maverick, how are you doing?
I'm doing pretty good. I'm gonna be honest with you. I woke up from my nap 30 seconds before the stream started.
I do not blame you from that.
That sounds good.
It sounds like you woke up just to listen to this, so I'm gonna take that as a compliment. Thank you.
Well, I didn't even know there was gonna be one, but as soon as I woke up and saw that there was one, I got excited.
Shh! Don't say that shit.
Still a compliment.
Anywho, it appears that Kyle wants to do the Q&A though, because he asked about it. Are you guys up for a quick Q&A, or we're gonna go ahead and let people?
Who's getting queued and who's getting aid?
Well, the questions come from the live chat, and the answers come from
I'll cue you in your
us.
Okay. Hey, Flash, you can queue in my A all damn day.
Yeah, baby. You know it.
Stephen Romero, you ever read a Mark Dutch promo and just think, wow, I want Mark Dutch to literally go away? I haven't, because why would I read a Dutch promo? Fuck you.
Oh my god.
Oh God. Oh
I reckon if you
What
could,
question
if you-
or am I supposed to answer that?
if you gathered up all the Mark Dutch promos and put them in one book, you could probably beat Mark Dutch to death with it.
man. One can only hope.
Wait. Let me go ahead.
It's
and-
hard bloodshed.
Jack Flash, let me go ahead and improve that joke for you. If you would take all my promos and put it together in that book, why would you pick up that book?
Hey.
Hey.
You couldn't. You were break
Sit on
your
the shelf.
arms
Noble.
trying to lift it.
Also, damn it, Flash beat me to it. He beat you to it at least 15 seconds to 30 seconds beforehand. So, flashy big boy. I'll just be honest. I've prepared absolutely fucking nothing for this. So,
Sounds pretty
As
much
usual.
like standard operating procedure.
it's pretty
Well,
much...
I've got an idea. I've got an idea for something we could do while we're all here. It may be shit, but it may be good. What if we all were to book other people's matches at Do a Flip? Like, you can choose whatever happens, whatever outcome, whatever.
I already
like,
do that.
That's cheating.
That's pretty good. Also, first, we have a question. Like, first, we'll answer this question, then we'll do that, okay? This is
All
a
right.
question from Jay Swizzle, because I'm shit at usernames. I only know characters. Who's the most overrated motherfucker in WIR history? Maverick, I'll let you answer that one first.
Oh, I thought you were answering with me. Who's the most overrated in WR?
No, the most overrated motherfucker.
Motherfucker.
Well, Clutch probably fucked his mum, so there you go. Oh.
It's how you were born. You were the product of incest.
I'd really need to think about that because I don't think anybody really got pushed who didn't deserve it, or at least at the time.
Well, except
I
for
can think of
Nikolai
someone.
then. But how about you go ahead and think
Yeah.
about it, Lucy? Who's the most overrated motherfucker?
Percy Pretty Body.
Percy
Fuck
Pretty Body.
that.
So yeah, that's my answer. That's my answer.
Percy Flash.
that dude.
Flash, what do you think?
Considering I was Percy Pretty Body for like 2 months until
yeah, fuck
I
you.
realised it was shit. If not Percy, then probably Bobby Fay. But
Bobby Fay. I wouldn't
'Cause
say she was ever.
she should have just got kicked out day one for being shit.
Hey, I was going for that, but you have to put the blame on Carson for that. Carson was like, "No, let's give her a shot." So don't blame
I
me.
blame Maverick for putting himself in a fucking gimp suit. Why did you think that was a good idea? Why? What
Look,
compelled you to think that was a good idea for a push?
Okay, look, this is my justification. It's good heel heat for her, which would help build her up, and it would garner a lot of babyface sympathy for Maverick. Which
I
both
thought you
of
were
those
just
things.
excited at the prospect of
Literally
maybe
got
seeing
called
boobies.
Bitch.
I wouldn't say you got baby face heat for it. I would just say you got people feeling bad for you. Period.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna have to join in on Percy Pretty Body. Who's the man? He's the man who did not make it 3 Amadov wins in a row. Not that I was in the second one, but whatever. I make everything about myself. That's a bad quality. Yeah,
You
fuck it.
basically just ripped off Dusty Rhodes promos and then
He
yeah.
did. He was basically Dusty Rhodes, but not funny. Well, he was funny at the time, but now we look at it and we just think,
oh yeah, it's
Yeah.
funny because he was Dusty Rhodes, and not because he's doing this shit.
he's got a bicycle. He's got a bicycle.
But at least when I tried to not do Dusty Rhodes. I tried to do something else. But,
mean-
yeah, that was kind of. I feel it was a worthwhile breather because I feel the shit I've done since then was better. Like the stuff.
It's not that
with
hard
Burn
to
was just
accomplish
better.
being better than absolute dog shite.
No, I feel Jack Flash is better for just taking a break for a couple of months.
Yeah.
That's fair. That's fair.
Right. As I said earlier in the program,
Give me
here on the
ideas.
mothership, he got a bicycle. He got a bicycle.
Maybe I'll take the
Somebody
poop off of your memorial title.
Also, I'm
Yes,
really
maybe
sorry.
that's a
I
good
went
idea.
silent.
Maybe.
I went silent for a second to air a great meme. He got a bicycle. But here's a comment. Dusty died and Percy went with him. I mean, I agree, but and here's an interesting comment for Flash. I mean, Bobby was good, just a pain in the arse to work with, and everyone hated her, so she wasn't overrated.
I agree with that.
She was okay. She wasn't the worst, but she was
wasn't bad.
she was a cunt, a straight up cunt.
She was Tyler before Tyler.
So, anywho, let's go ahead and
IRL, anyway.
do the suggestion that Lucian Alexander did. We're gonna go ahead and give our idea on like fantasy book it. Kevin Klondike
was my-
versus Eric Matthews versus Tyson Zamira. Lucy, how about you go ahead and start us off? How would you fantasy book this match?
I think that because he is the biggest and I would say the most promising of the three, you have Zamora dominate for most of the match. Flashes of hope for the other two. And then I'm trying to decide if you give someone else the win in the kind of, because it's so hectic in a triple threat match, and so they can, get one over on him finally, and maybe progress that into a feud, or if you just let Zamora dominate the entire time, get the win, and be this big new, force to be reckoned with as a rookie. But it'd be something like that.
Anyone else want to give a comment on how they would fantasy book it, or we're just going to go ahead and do one match per person? I mean, one person per
That's
match.
That's the way I do it, roughly.
And then Hippo comes in at the end and squashes them all.
Fucking
Charge,
Hippo.
3 charges
Fucking Hippo.
in a row.
Um,
Hippo is the most underrated.
Let me go ahead and do fantasy book Mil Leones versus Andrade Allegra. I believe I pronounced that wrong. And I have a fantasy booking idea that I think everyone can agree with, at least. Also, sorry for breathing so loud.
You're good.
Maybe you should stop that, like, altogether.
Sorry, I had to do
breathing.
that. But let me go ahead and fantasy book Mil Leones versus Andrade Allegra. This is my idea. It's a Mexican death match, so I believe it has to end with a death. So I think the most appropriate way to end it is with Mil and Andrade both dying, and just have the person behind the character just leave WIR in its entirety.
Oh boy, that burns.
God damn.
I
Yeah,
hope he's
I-
not listening, because that's just rude.
See,
God
I know
damn.
how it is actually ending, and it's better than that.
I'm gonna have to say that's my way of fantasy booking it. All right, I'm gonna give this one to Maverick. Owen Mercer versus Sonny Carson.
Mercer and Carson. You know, just because like I'm a big person that, you know, these matches should be unpredictable. I'm gonna say Mercer via some kind of fuckery. Some kind of fuckery. I don't know if like it shouldn't be clean. I don't think Mercer should go over Carson clean. Definitely not.
No.
But if there were some kind of shenanigans, sunshine shenanigans, all sorts of, you know, shit, I could see that happening.
Like, for example, you just see like Sunshine interfering to get that Sunshine Carson match.
Essentially, but I don't think it's going to be that easy. In terms of what actually happens, I don't think it's going to be, you know, just a simple like run in, distraction, roll up.
Okay.
I'm-
I see what
Something like that. Just for the lulz, almost.
All right. I mean, I'm behind that. All right. Let's go ahead into the next match. One hell of a tag match. Clutch and Jake Beaumont versus Jack Flash and David Harvey. Well, this is actually cheating because Jack Flash is the person in the match, and he's also the person
No.
who has to do that one. So I'm gonna go ahead and give you the tag titles: BBC versus the Internet Nomads.
I think what they should do is they should have Buster come out in the cast again, but the Nomads get wise to the plot again and rip the cast off. But it's not actually Buster. It's actually the WIR version of John Cena, who just beats them all up.
So
and then the
Ryan
BBC win.
Sunshine.
Ryan Sunshine.
Yeah,
No,
basically
no,
Ryan Sunshine.
No, like John Cena, but like was it Juan Cena, whatever he's called.
So are they going to put him in tasteful blackface? Like, how are we going to say that he's Buster?
He's dreadlocks and tasteful blackface. He just comes in and just beats them up, and nobody acknowledges it's not Buster. Everyone
you
just
can't
assumes
see
it's
him?
Buster because you can't see him. You can just see the blackface.
I like this. I like where this is going.
You only see the black face and you immediately say, oh shit, that's Buster.
I think that'll work.
That's
That'll work.
racist. That's racist. All right,
But it's true.
let's go to the one hell of a tag match. Clutch and Jake Beaumont versus Jack Flash and David Harvey. Lucy, what do you think?
Honestly, I think I might have been told what's going to happen in this match. If I have, I don't remember. So, I'm going to... I get told a lot of shit nowadays.
Most of
I'm
Dutch.
going to say that if I were them, I would have Flash and Harvey go over. Because I feel like maybe Flash could benefit from having even more people get turned by him being a crazy motherfucker, and like bring more people in and make this almost what people hope Bray Wyatt could be, and that he beats the shit out of people and like turns them to his cause and like gets this almost cult of people who just follow his every whim. I feel like that would be really cool. I don't think that's what's going to happen. I don't remember though.
That's my
Lucy, you
gimmick,
tearing
jackass.
up your beautiful.
I mean, he was holding in some vomit coming about to.
I was holding in a burp. I was trying not to burp on stream.
Well, you can call it burp, but it's just a throw up.
That's
Since this is my match, I have to go ahead and ask Maverick. The Mark Dutch versus Miles Alpha. What do you think is going to happen if you could fantasy
Whoa,
book it?
whoa! You were reading those headings on the other matches. Why didn't you read the heading on this one?
Because it's false. I just spit a little. It's
Fuck the Mark Dutch. Thank
yeah, you
very
wrote
much.
that while you were drunk.
worked
and
hard
people
on
lie when they're drunk.
Um,
So I believe that accidentally Maverick is calling me right now. So I'm gonna have to add him again. Give me just a minute. I'll add him in. Here we go. Maverick fucked up.
Ooh.
Maverick, what the fuck?
What just?
Maverick. There you are.
Yo,
Anywho, fuck the Mark Dutch. It's the match is the Mark Dutch versus Miles Alpha. How would you fantasy book the match?
this is my turn.
Yeah.
Okay. I would have Dutch go over,
Thank you.
but not dominantly. I would make it. See, I don't know if I'd want to do like the submission babyface doesn't tap out but passes out spot, because I feel like that. I don't know. Yeah, it's kind of an overdone spot. I would have Miles kick out of a Dutch finisher. It can either be the Flying Dutchman or the Willem of Orange, but as far as the winner, Dutch, but not to make Miles look bad. Definitely not like a dominant display, but I would put Dutch over.
Thank you. Let me go ahead and the undisputed indie champ crowned Kevin Scott Jackson versus Dallas Nova. Since I had to skip one, I'm gonna go ahead and do this one right now. For Kevin Scott Jackson versus Dallas Nova, I'm gonna have to say that I want to see a babyface go into Anniversary with the Independent Championship. I'm gonna have to go with Dallas Nova, and I'm going for Dallas Nova because, well, I think that it could be a great time for Kevin to win his first championship at Anniversary. So I believe that the best way to do it is like Kevin Scott Jackson to trigger that last match at Anniversary would be that Kevin Scott Jackson like kicks out just too late. Like, not the babyface doesn't tap pass out victory. I mean the like once the like not even half a second after the ref counted the 3, Kevin Scott Jackson kicks out, which kind of gives a bit more fuel to the feud and would make the Kevin Scott Jackson victory give it a bit more of the oh god, he's done it vibe, if you know what I mean. Like, we've seen a couple of times where people like passed out because they were in the submission, but I don't recall at this point like seeing someone kick out just a little too late before in WiR.
So like the end of Hogan v Warrior WrestleMania 6. Like, I mean,
Believe.
Yeah.
we get bested, but not beaten.
Okay, so I'm gonna go have to give this one to Flash, sadly. Hero
Oh.
versus the Strays. The Tina fucking Turner Dome. Fantasy book that shit.
Do you remember the 7 Deadly Sins match between Stud and Jarrett?
Yes.
And do you remember the finish of that match? Where Stud is impaled in the throat by a road spike. Which
yes,
is, by the way, my favourite finish in all of WIR ever. That, but Kyle Scott 20 times over, and he never comes back. That's the finish.
I kind of saw that one coming. I think you have to go ahead and apologize to Scott now, because otherwise he'll about it in the.
It's Kyle. It's Kyle. Why would I ever apologise to him? You know.
True.
I had the unfortunate thing of being in the same room as him once. So
In real life?
that was harrowing. Yeah, in real life.
Oh, God.
We didn't see each other.
That's awful.
I gotta go, guys. Have a good one.
Are you leaving?
RIP.
I'm getting called into work.
All right. Bye. Have a great time.
no.
Have
Bye.
fun.
Bye.
Bye.
So, I'm not sure if everyone's heard the Progress story before, but me and Kyle both went to go see Progress in Sheffield,
Yeah.
and we were sat about a row apart from each other, and we didn't know we were. Yeah, like he was sat behind me the entire pay-per-view, and we didn't know we were in the same room. We didn't know we were sat next to each other until we got back home and talked on Discord.
You guys are a bunch of fucking
And that's-
retards, you know that?
That's where all the pictures come from on my fucking face on Discord. It's from Kyle going through every fucking shot of that fucking pay-per-view. Just screenshotting every bit of my face.
You have to go ahead and send me, because I don't really recall at this point that situation. Kyle, take care of that for me, please. All right.
Don't post all the pictures. For fuck's sake.
So we have one more match. The no ropes barbed wire death match. Lewis Blackwater versus Maverick. And I have to fantasy book that one, so obviously I'm gonna go with Dutch cashes in the cash in the
Attic.
attic, and he beats by pinning Blackwater to win his second WIR World Championship. Of course, no, I'm joking.
Are you really though?
I mean, I would do it though. Now this is my idea. My idea is to have, and I'm not gonna look at like people wanting to put others over and shit. I'm not gonna look at that. If I were a booker, this was real life and shit, I would love to see Lewis Blackwater walk out with the WIR World Championship in a fashion that can only be described as the ultimate heel turn, where both men, like the match starts, both men go out of the ring, they grab everything that's under the ring and like throw it in everything regarding of barbed wire to like set things up like, oh my god, this is gonna happen, this is gonna be the ultimate shit. And we see the finger poke of doom. Like you see like Maverick holding a steel chair wrapped in barbed wire, and Blackwater is preparing a table covered in barbed wire, which he puts lighter fluid on and lights it on fire behind it, and all of a sudden Blackwater poke on the chest. Maverick sells it like he's just been anally probed by a switchblade.
He's had the full Jack Flash and falls to the floor.
And Blackwater pins and wins, has the emotional speech, and Maverick, in that sense, turns heel, but not before using the flaming table to make a barbecue with Roscoe.
Oh, that'd be brutal.
Like, go full out, fuck you.
Power drive the pig.
Also,
Oh,
I
sorry.
can get behind this. You fucking dick Flash. I mean, I can get
You
behind
don't
that
get the Cashniati reference.
I can get behind that one. Anywho, that's our idea for the WIR Do a Flip
Barbecuing
pay-per-view.
a pig and tasteful blackface.
Tasteful blackface, a barbecue, and
Carl Scott getting impaled.
Kyle Scott throat molestation. That's our idea for how WIR Do a Flip
That's
should
how
go.
do-
People, if you want to go ahead and give your idea about a certain match, just throw it in the live chat. We're gonna read many of them later on. So just go ahead and throw in your idea on how a certain match or the show in total should end. Go ahead and do that.
Well, can I give my opinions on a certain match?
Yeah, sure.
So what I want to see.
What he wants to see is.
Sorry, I had to deal. Okay.
And
My dog was acting up. So what I'd like to see is in the Strays versus Hero match. Correct me if I'm wrong, which I may be wrong. The Tina Turner Dome is an elimination style match, correct? It's not like first person to like all the people on a team have to be eliminated, correct?
Yeah.
I am remembering.
Yeah.
Okay.
I believe so, yeah.
Strays lost a 3-1 lead.
Strays go up 3-1. Don't even never remember. Pulls it back. Ah, fucking hell. Strays lost the 3-1 lead.
I'm not gonna lie.
That's the story now.
Sorry.
At the very end, I would want, well, in terms of my order of elimination, I want to see Robert Warlock get eliminated first.
Yeah, that
Because-
seems most logical.
I feel like that's the biggest statement that the Strays can make in the opening to eliminate Warlock. Because
Yeah, the
Warlock
world
was
champion.
a former world champion and tag champion.
Yeah.
Not independent.
Uh,
Grand Slam.
In terms of the last person alive,
I think
well-
it should Burn. Because I like him. He good.
I love Burn. But if I were booking this may be a stupid choice, but I would choose Superfan Alice, honest to God.
Is she even in the
The
match?
only reason is because I feel like
She's not even in the match.
Alice should have the most resentment for the Strays.
Why?
Like,
Just, you know.
Yeah, didn't they like break her face?
Oh, yeah, yeah.
and
Honestly,
they
I
broke.
think it should be Burn v. I
Everybody
think it should be Burn
breaks
v. Kyle.
everything in that match. Oh, no, wait, no, never mind. No, I always wanted to say that Kate was in that match as well, but she isn't. Well, she is, but like the character Caitlin Casey Jones
Yeah,
with a broken leg. Yeah, my bad. I was about to be confused.
I initially thought because I mean I'm pretty sure anybody with two eyes could see that Strays and Hero was headed towards a tag team match.
Yeah.
I don't know how many people thought it was going to be Tina Turner Dome, but I thought it was going to be a 5v5, and I thought when was it Dean Arrow who's in the ambulance, the same shit, different year.
Yeah, with kidnaps Ferrero.
And, then I thought it was going to be a 5v5 with Caitlyn and Arrow, but I mean that clearly is not happening unless they put sport.
Turn a dome, but
It's 4-4 already, but yeah, I see what you mean. I get it.
Honestly, in terms of who would win that match, I'd say the Strays.
The Strays.
So
For that anniversary finally beating Heat? Or this is the end and they'll just do something else at anniversary?
I think
Well,
Hero passes
either
in the
one.
end.
like, I feel the Tina Turner Dome should probably be the end of the storyline. I don't really know if it
Yeah.
is. I don't know what they could do that's bigger than a Tina Turner Dome.
Probably
cap it
Borneo.
off.
Battlefield Yorkshire.
Yeah, Battlefield or Tornio are the only two bit
Yeah,
here,
fought
but-
Yorkshire. Battlefield Yorkshire. I mean, like, people barely want to go ahead and go there. Why would people watch a battlefield there?
Hey,
But,
I'm in Yorkshire.
what's that? What did you say?
I'm in Yorkshire.
Exactly. But what I mean, that you made it too easy for me, Flash. Let's go ahead and take Torneo Cybernetico. You know, it could be.
Yeah, with the strays and the hero.
I think
I
think
guess.
tournament should only be for like the really big ones, like
Yeah.
something on the level of, Ball Swipe v the Resistance.
Stephen Romero, we gotta have a cameo from in real life Kyle in a Battlefield Yorkshire.
See, I could see a tornado for if the Ingos of America, if they can get their shit to 7 people, if they can
Yes.
get like following up to 7, I could totally see a group of 7 babyface wrestlers trying to take them down. Like I'd be all for that.
Yeah, no, but that's the exact reason it's called
Thunderdome.
Tina Thunderdome.
Tina
It's 'cause
Thunderdome.
it's- Yeah, because it's the Thunderdome, but
It's shit.
yeah.
It's just shit.
Hey, Dutch, remember when I tried to give you a pay-per-view called Beyond Thunderdome?
Yeah.
And it was a good poster, and then you turned it down, and it's the fucking awful The Good, the Bad, and the Twinners poster.
Yeah, I remember that. Like, vaguely, but I know what you mean. You had this picture of CJ on front. Like, you had Seth Rollins on front, at least. That
Yeah.
I know for sure. And you had, like, Beyond Turner Dome. And I was at that time, I was the booker. And I had no idea what the fuck I was supposed to do with it. I wanted to say, you know, that's nice, but, you know, it's not really necessary, Flash. I was not sure what to do. And then Carson took over for me, and he just straight up fucked you and got something else.
And it's a terrible poster. It looked like I'd been dipped in tea.
You know, we got technical difficulties though. But
That's a good idea for a name.
That was a good.
Do a Flip is great.
Yep.
I love the poster.
Stephen Romero, CJ on front. Yeah, well, good thing it was rejected then. Owned.
Yeah, that's great.
You just didn't want me on the poster, Dutch. Fuck you. Always holding me down. Like with the strays, I imagine. Is he's gonna say next. But you know, I'm gonna have to go ahead and do something odd. Instead of creating drama, we're gonna reminisce about the past. Flash, what is
Past.
the most fun moment,
Past.
except for a fun moment for you, excluding your championship victory? What is the happiest moment you had in WIR? To be honest, the happiest you've been with doing something.
Probably the feud with Burn, like the first feud after coming back, because right in that blow off match at Amador, that was the best shit. I loved writing that match. Like the power driver and the bucket of glass and throwing him off the crane. That was really fun to write.
All right, how about you, Maverick? What's the most? Oh, Jack Flash, you're not done yet. Oh,
I feel like you expected me to tell like this really long story,
yeah,
but
you
no.
didn't. Maverick, tell us a fun story about WIR. Then you had.
Well, I guess in terms of fun, I was about to say a moment where I was just proud of myself, but in terms of actually, having a lot of fun, when I wrote the very first tailgate vignette for WIR, that was a lot of fun, because the first tailgate, it was good, but like none of the characters really got a chance to shine other than like a select few. So with the second tailgate, I was like, okay, anybody who said they wants to be in it, I'm gonna make sure they do something, interesting or funny or whatever. And
wasn't
it
that
got,
like a like a year ago or something, was that? Or was that half a year ago?
That was about a year ago. It was
Huh.
it was for my birthday. It was the day after my birthday, which was the 27th of March. So yeah, about a year ago.
Okay.
Speaking of which, I might do another one of those soon. You know,
You know, I
It's
really
good.
I like you know, you did with the WIR goes camping right before Amadov. I really love that one.
that was
You
another
wrote
good
that
one.
one, I believe. Yeah, you wrote that.
You know, that was that Romero? I think it was Romero.
Was that Romero? Let me go ahead and look it up.
Yeah,
WIR
it
camping.
definitely was a name.
WIR camping. I'm pretty sure you wrote it though. Yeah, no,
No,
that
it
was
wasn't me.
Nova.
It was Nova. That's who it was. It was Nova.
That was Nova. I remember that one so clearly because you had this stupid gimmick about the American goat man, which was so retarded. Like looking back on it, but I thought it was hilarious at the time where there was a goat man which was like it was like a
Daniel Bryan.
monster that lived in America, and it would um well, it would kill people, and it ended with Kate and Alice, I believe, crying because it was killed and it appeared to be a baby in the end. Which was let me go and look it up quickly. WR camping V. Looking up.
Oh, I'm looking back at it now, and this is actually I'm going to use this in the hype package.
The
for
American
Maverick
Goat Man.
versus
It was
Louis
the American
Blackwater.
Goat Man. The story goes like this. In the early mid 1600s, when the Americas were first being settled, the British have written in their journals of a creature found in thick forests. They said that the creature looked like men from the upper body, but their legs were like those of an animal. They would steal people away from groups, taking them to their caves and nests to feed their young. So you're saying that Kyle, Tyler, and William are all going to die? So far, most likely. Seems fine enough with me. Those are words from Maverick, and that's our face champion. I want to go ahead and make everyone know that for sure.
That was hilarious.
Also,
Seems
thank
fine.
you. I'm gonna say hashtag cut for Dutch. Apparently, Kate and Romero are both cutting themselves because they're listening to me talk. Hashtag cut for Dutch.
Oh my god.
Next week, bald
Cut-
for Dutch.
cut that.
And
Cut
cuck
with a
for
knife.
Balls out for Dutch.
so
Dicks out, dicks
currently
out for-
looking into it right now, and there's the second, like, this is for my people, where apparently Dutch was the one who killed the goat man, and babies are usually pretty easy to kill, and it was Alice and Kate crying. Yeah, I was right. That's all I remember from it though. So that I remember that one. That was hilarious. We've done a couple before. Like you did the tailgate. We had the camping. We had this. I believe we even had someone write a Christmas song, WIR themed. Or was that PWR? PWR.
Not exactly. If it was PWR, it's probably like 12 verses were about Nikolai and only one verse is about the rest of the roster.
Probably, yeah. I really want to look it up, but then again, I don't. So I'm not gonna. Let me go ahead and say right now for the people listening, we have a spot open for people joining us. For people joining us.
Romero, join us.
So
Join us, people.
So, Romero, join us. You're talking shit. I mean, Kate, you're
Yeah,
talking
come on,
shit.
Kate, get in here.
Kate, stop talking shit and do it. Stop typing shit and start talking shit to us in this call.
Yeah.
So this is a call out to Caitlin. Get out here and...
I'm not waiting for the pay-per-view.
Also, Romero, I don't have a mic. I mean, if you have an iPhone, you have like earbuds. I mean, that's close enough. Unless you don't have an iPhone, which means you don't. But Romero, you're stupid. I'm still gonna call out Caitlyn, aka Carl Jones, aka Weirdo. So,
Let me read you a poem by Byrne entitled "The Strays." Fuck the strays, they're really gay, and all it's about is self-relating CJ. You know what I say? That maybe someday the whole world will pray, strays go away.
Damn.
Beautiful, beautiful, Byrne.
Beautiful.
I mean, I like a poem that tells
It
people
is.
to kill themselves. So, I mean, it's especially if it's about the strays. Also, Romero, you don't have a phone? Well, fuck you.
Yeah, Romero, stop being shit.
Host these things earlier and I would join, nerd. I mean, otherwise I won't have that many people watching, so nope.
A poem by Das Wunderboss. I love this place. It fills me with joy, while I fill you with something else, big boy. Thank you, Brian.
The best poems. Real Shakespearean work.
I mean, yeah,
Romero,
WIR
stop being the
delivers
proletariat.
quality on every front.
Romero, stop being the proletariat. Be a bourgeoisie like me.
Stop, I'm poor, you fucker. Stop class discriminating. Stop assuming that we are discriminating you, you discriminator. I believe that's English.
That sounds like the name of a jobber, the discriminator. And all he does is he only exists to be really racist.
Like, he comes to the ring, he has to face Caitlyn, and he just stands there, points, "You're a woman." And that's all he does. Like, he's power bombing Caitlyn. "I have your pussy in my face, bitch." Then, like, that's the sex.
That sounds amazing.
A match against
man.
Buster in
Picks on
blackface.
Romero for being black.
That would be awful.
It just starts making wall jokes every time Millionaires walks in the room.
I feel offended at all this discrimination right now, to be honest.
They're oppressing you. This is oppression.
So much discrimination.
I can already picture it. The discriminator is in the ring, who has this Undertaker-like entrance. Instead of the Undertaker discriminator, he comes to the ring, he stands in front of Buster, and he's like, "You're from African descent. That means you have a big penis."
Oh, God.
That would be an amazing character now that I think of it.
That would be best.
It would be Hippie John tripping out like, "Oh my God, you're a woman, dude. Whoa, you're from African descent. It means you have a massive foot long in your pants, man." I mean, we can give that gimmick to Hippie John, or we can make the discriminator.
Discriminator. He needs to look like the Wall from WCW. That's what I have in my head.
That would actually work. I see the wall now.
Now that I think of it, we can give this gimmick to Sloth, who doesn't only is slow in real life, he's slow in world history. Like, he's still mentally in the time before, like, in the slave trade time. That would be awful. Like, Sloth, "You're a and then Sloth goes down. I saved myself right there. Also, someone please make this. I agree, Romero. I agree. If people want to go ahead and ask us questions, you can go ahead and send them to us in the live chat here, or you do it on Discord. I will answer every question. I will force Maverick to answer every question, and Flash is gonna, jerk in a corner or something. I don't know what he's gonna do.
I'll answer.
I'm not sure how I feel about that. I should have said that. You. I have absolutely nothing to say, which is a first. Maverick, tell us a story or something.
Well, as we were talking, My sister texted me with something kind of. It's a text message that's kind of unnerving. From my sister. LMAO, Grandma just kicked Grandpa.
Like a
What?
super kick or a bicycle kick?
I'm thinking like what kind of kick are we talking about? Like a sweet chin music? Like, are we talking about a hard kick?
We're talking
Or are we
about the
talking
broke
just
kick.
accident?
I'm pretty sure your grandma called 1-800-fella.
Oh my god, I remember those vignettes.
Also, we got a first question in. Jack Flash, why are you so shit?
Because I was doing anal with your mum last night.
Damn. God damn.
I mean, you pulled that one right out of your ass, like that switchblade.
That's what she said last night.
She said you just pulled that out. I have a question. In
man.
episode 2F03, Kyle hits Bjorn with a steel chair twice, but it creates two different notes. What are we looking here? A magic steel chair? Also, Romero, well, fuck me. I'm pretty sure
That's
Jack
also
Flash
what your
wants
mum
that.
said last night.
I'm pretty sure Jack Flash said that to you last night. Well, fuck me. I mean, I can see that. I can see Flash.
Why would
for
I
that.
fuck Stephen Romero? He's black.
Can we have a poll right now? Should we kick Jack Flash for
No.
utter racism? Leave your opinion in
There's
the
since
live
the
chat
guy
and we'll
brought
think
up-
about it.
Says
Well,
the
if we
guy
leave it up
that
to the
John
people,
Cena should wear
we'll
blackface.
You guys were talking through each other. Nobody could hear what you guys were saying.
Dutch,
You go.
you said that Buster should wear. You said that John Cena should wear blackface in order to dress up like Buster. You said
I
that.
still think it's a good idea.
No, I did not say that. That
You
was.
did say that.
I did not say that. Hey, I'm brown in real life, not black. Yeah, now you're discriminating. We should
Yeah,
kick Jack
discrimin-
Flash from life. I agree.
I've tried so many times.
Try harder.
You just gotta keep trying.
So let's go ahead and do something something different. Next year we're gonna, if WIR still exists, we're gonna have a new anniversary. What fantasy matches would you like to see, Maverick?
Let me think about what would be happening in a year. I feel like there would be a bunch of people on the card who we haven't seen yet.
Yeah.
But as far as who we do know is going to be on, me personally, I don't know what Maverick will be doing. I don't know where he'll be in card wise.
He's dead.
But I
Jack
still
Flash
wanna
killed
see-
his motivation.
I want to see a proper, honest to God, Maverick versus Kyle Scott feud. I think that could be the shit. And as far as not myself, I definitely think we should do something like maybe, I don't know. I'm thinking we could maybe get like a Young Cardinals triple threat up in there. I don't know
I'd
if
like
it'd
to
be
see
for-
that. A young Cardinal triple threat.
Like I think that would be a lot of fun. And I'm gonna be honest. This may be crazy talk, but if Kyle Scott versus Maverick doesn't happen, around then, just for shits and giggles, I'd love to see what a Kyle Scott face turn looks like.
Oh god, that's an impossibility.
It looked like something everyone will complain about because Kyle Scott was an amazing heel. Why would you guys do that? I see that
Kyle
happening.
Scott only works as a heel because he's an annoying twat. That's his character, is to annoy people.
Well, I mean, in that
True.
case, the face turn would work though because
His character is shitposting. That's his character.
I mean, people hated me. Well, people hated Pepe in the beginning as well, and now people love it. So
No, people still hate Pepe.
Yeah, like he can become, because there's been a lot of like good guy characters who have like, you know, douchey, like characteristics
Yeah.
in the past. I think maybe Kyle Scott could be one of those that works. Maybe, and I'm talking maybe. It would take the perfect booking and the perfect handling of the character to make it work. But I feel like it could maybe work.
Yeah.
In terms of where Dutch is next year,
3-time Amadov winner, 5-time WIR world champion, and the person who got Jack Flash to quit. I'm gonna say that.
but at the time,
It could be 2 months from now if you play your cards right.
Wow. Let's see about that.
Now, but seriously, go ahead and say whatever you think.
so if I were booking,
What-
like I said, this may not seem like a good idea when a year ago or a year later actually happens, but I think Mark Dutch versus Ryan Sunshine for the championship could be interesting.
I would love
'Cause
to
at-
see that match, to be honest.
Like, correct me if I'm wrong. Has that ever happened on like a major pay-per-view?
We had 2 matches. Sunshine and Dutch had, no, I believe 3, if I'm correct though. We had a Torneo Cybernetico together. The first interaction we had was a one-on-one match on House Party with special guest referee Sonny Carson to determine the number 1 and number 2 contender for a triple threat, which because Dutch won, Amadov won. And we had a triple threat, which was Carson versus Dutch versus Sunshine. That's the only occasions where both characters have interacted.
Yeah. I'd love to see a good, honest to God, proper one-on-one program with them. I think that could be interesting.
Like the ultimate good guy versus the ultimate bad guy feud.
Essentially. Because, I mean, I find it kind of crazy that y'all have never really had a long one, like a one long one-on-one program.
There are many people
And-
who I haven't really feuded with yet before who have been around since 2014, if I may name a few. I've never had a proper feud with Carl Jones. I never had a proper feud with I would have to say Jack Flash even. I know,
But there
at
was
least not that I
one-
recall, at least. With Kyle Scott, not with Logan Lee, not with none of the strays, to be honest. One time with Carson, and one time with Ryan Sunshine. Those are the only times that I feuded with them. Like most people of 2014, I've never feuded with, which is really mind-boggling now that I think about it.
Yeah, considering you've had all that time, since then to have a one-on-one rivalry, and
But
for some reason it's just never happened.
It just never happened. It's like something that it's like
The stars have aligned.
Styles versus Cena. It's like the ultimate match that has never happened before until last year.
Yeah.
What about Jack Flash? Where do you see Jack Flash in a year, Maverick? Who facing who at anniversary?
Mhm. Jack Flash. If the cards are played right, or I guess wrong, depending on how long you'd want to see this storyline, I could see maybe if I could see the Ingos lasting a year. If I could see them holding the tag titles, holding some championship in their, posse. In terms of where they'd be, I could see a breakup angle happening around that time. So it would be Harvey versus time. I could see that happening.
Yeah,
I could also see Flash back in the world title picture as the challenging heel, challenging whoever's the face. Maybe Miles Alpha, Dallas Nova, which I definitely feel like Dallas will happen eventually. It's just a matter of time.
Yeah.
I feel like definitely in a year or so he'll have it by then, probably.
Okay.
Um,
How about you?
That's-
How about you, Flash? What do you think will be future matches? Anniversary 4.
Big anniversary for all. I don't really like to plan out my future. I just sort of go where the wind goes.
Yeah.
Like a year ago, I didn't think I'd be some kind of weird mix of the Joker and fucking Tetsuya Naito, you know.
Yeah.
So I guess I'll have to see. Really, just I want to be here. That's pretty much it. It's,
you just want to be here. So.
I just want to be. I'm just happy to be here.
I'm just here so I won't get fined.
Like, if I get pushed, that's good. But if I don't get pushed, that's also good.
Yeah.
Okay.
In actually, hell, let's. I mean, I feel like this might be easier. What the hell do you think is going to happen at the next anniversary show?
Me.
Like,
Oh, no, I'm Flash. Okay.
like anniversary 3 or anniversary 4.
Anniversary 3, like the very one.
I can see a Maverick Lewis Blackwater blow off match definitely.
That could definitely happen.
I think it all depends on whether Heroes v Straight ends at TNT Dome or not. Because I can definitely see a Carl Scott, Brenda Byrne blow-off match. Like a big match. Because that feud's been really good.
Yeah.
I could see like some kind of number one contenders match. Because I would assume that Tina Turner Dome's the last match. So I could see like Mark Dutch versus Brendan Byrne for like a number one contendership, because they were the last two in the Amudov match.
Yeah. Before
I
the
could see
Strays
something.
fucked them.
Honestly, I think Brendan Byrne v Kyle Scott for the number one contendership because Maverick v Kyle would be interesting. Like, a lot. Very interesting. Sort of like the wholesome, nice guy babyface versus the absolute shit heel.
Yeah.
That would be a really interesting feud, but at the same time, like two proper babyfaces in Byrne and Maverick. Like, I think Byrne deserves the title shot soon. Really does.
Yeah.
Because he's been doing some really good stuff recently.
It could be like a John Cena versus Daniel Bryan like type deal.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, that would work. Or just trying to think of another
Gonzo
example.
versus Roscoe, by the way.
Oh
Gonzo versus Roscoe.
Oh my god, that would be amazing. The two
I
animal
would-
mascots fighting.
No, we should like have a tag team
Yes,
match.
tag match.
A
with
pony
the
versus
mascots.
a pig. Like, what the fuck? I mean, that's unfair for the pony. But, if I can go ahead and give my opinion, I know Jack Flash is about to say, no, you can't. But, for anniversary 3, I would like to see, the blow off for Sunshine versus Carson. I would like to see, I could see for the number one contendership, a fatal 4-way, because I'm that cheap. I'm gonna go ahead and say it will be for that fatal 4-way. I'm gonna include myself in it because, I'm that good. I'm cocky. I would like to see, I would like to see one of the rookies actually be in there, like kind of like the dark horse,
Yeah, that'd be nice.
versus a Warlock. Because Warlock. It's been a while since Warlock has been in the WIR World Championship picture, like a year even. So I'd like to see that versus Romero, because this sounds like a fatal 4-way for the independent championship. Oh, that's mean. I'm sorry. You know, you know, fuck it. I'm gonna go ahead and do it differently. I would like to see for the Fatal 4. I would like to see two feuds come together as one. I would like to see Sunshine versus Carson in there versus, I'm gonna say, Brendan Byrne versus Kyle Scott. Like, those four have the ultimate payoff in a Fatal 4-way, a big ass spot fest for a shot at the WIR World Championship.
Oh shit! I just had an idea.
Warlock
You
is a
know,
dead character.
ECW in 2000, they did like, it was not a fatal 4-way because it's two matches happening at the same time. So you do that, and then you have the winners of those two matches face each other in the like a final.
So like a tournament.
So like a tournament, but so you have to beat your opponent first, so you have time to rest for your final opponent. You got all the mind games and stuff and strategy.
Okay.
It'd be a bitch to write. It'd be an absolute hell to write, but I reckon one of them could pull it off.
You just eventually cut over to the next match. We're gonna do a WrestleMania 3 and film it from two different locations.
WrestleMania 2.
That was two.
Get it
Oh no,
right.
but that was two. Yeah, fuck, you're right.
That's 3 locations.
If I want to meme, I need to meme good. No, for Anniversary 4, let me go ahead and book for that 3 matches. I would love to see. I would love to see Maverick versus Kevin Scott Jackson. I like to think that would be a fun matchup to see. I would like to
It's
see
a shame it's still here.
Lewis Blackwater versus a returning Vic Stud.
That would be interesting.
That would be really interesting.
Turning in general would be interesting.
And to book myself, because I have to, it's going to be the Mark Dutch versus a returning Eric Von Jarrett. I'm optimistic, okay?
Is Mike...
That has happened
I could
before.
see,
And
I could see it.
like Mark Dutch versus Eric Von Jarrett. Maverick versus Kevin Scott Jackson.
Man, that'd be a loaded ass card.
Yeah.
That would be a load.
Those 3
And
matches.
Oh my
Black-
god, Blackwater stud.
And Blackwater versus Stud.
Oh, that would be good.
Romero says
In a
Blackwater
fucking
versus Stud
no
would be
rules
fucking
death
insanity.
match.
It would probably be the greatest thing ever. I agree.
A no rules deathmatch. Like,
EVJ, more like EVG. Oh shit, got him. I don't know who this is. Gnomish gnome.
it's Teddy.
Teddy
being shit.
Coronado. Shit,
Being
fucking
irrelevant to all of WIR right now.
Agreed. Okay, so those are my 3 matches I had to predict, and I think that would be an amazing. That would be an amazing thing to see, personally.
Yeah. I think definitely Blackwater v Stud. That needs to happen at some point when Stud comes back.
Yeah, Stud usually comes back around August.
Yeah,
Because-
it's when the fruit season closes, isn't it?
Yeah, fucking.
Yeah.
You'd
Fruit
expect
season.
Vic Stud to work at like a sex shop, but no, he works with fruit. Out of all things, fruit.
To be honest, working with fruit, there are several phallic-shaped fruits,
Bananas.
cucumbers.
Wait a minute, that's a vegetable.
They have the
Isn't it?
seeds inside. They are technically fruit. Got him.
I guess.
I have a feeling this
I get-
show is currently dying a bit.
We're talking about fruits right here only on the WIR Let's Talk podcast.
Exactly, hosted
Tomatoes look a bit like boobs.
How about
know
we
who
go
my
ahead
favorite-
and... Well, what were you going to say?
Okay. You know who my favorite fruit is? Tyler Dillon.
Oh, got him!
No, that doesn't work because Tyler Dillon is basically a vegetable.
However, Tyler Dillon does like it up the bum from Rhino.
And by hippo. Alright.
Hippo.
Charge.
Hippo charge.
Hippo charge.
Let me go ahead and do something. We're gonna break the barrier that is
I just looked at the
the
picture for the
WIR
live stream.
universe. No, let me speak for a second. I'm gonna break the barrier of WIR universe. Tomorrow is WWE Fastlane. And it is,
Yeah.
in my opinion, the most anticlimactic show in recent memory. We see
I agree with
Goldberg versus Kevin Owens, which was like the like
I hope in all hell the fucking spoilers are wrong, and Goldberg is cost the match, because I do not want to see a fucking championship match with fucking Goldberg in it.
we have Roman Reigns versus Braun Strowman, which is gonna be like Roman Reigns defied the odds. He is going to WrestleMania on a win against Strowman. Or they're gonna do it reverse, like they have Strowman
Braun
beat
Strowman.
Reigns, but not clean, only to have Roman Reigns go over Braun at WrestleMania.
It's gonna be Roman v Undertaker, obviously. So Undertaker comes in, does his dong, and
Then we see
I'm still
Raw.
hoping for Taker versus Styles.
no, it's not gonna
I
happen.
hope so
and
as
that's
well.
a shame.
We see Raw Women's Champion Cringy, aka Bailey, versus Charlotte Flair, which is like I have
And
a
Charlotte never loses on pay-per-view, so you know we know how that's gonna go. She can only ever lose on Raw.
I'm gonna go ahead and get heat from at least Squared Circle. I absolutely despise Bailey. I just find her to be.
I like
not-
Bailey.
I don't.
I'm indifferent. I think it's because I don't watch Raw every week, but I'm very just indifferent
Like
to a lot of wrestlers.
Bailey has like this gimmick that appeals to a younger audience, but she even sounds like one. She sounds like a 4-year-old girl in the body of an adult woman. She is. I absolutely despise Bailey because I don't find her appealing at all. I'm like, why the fuck is she champion? She has nothing interesting going on about her. I think she's very overhyped in NXT, and she's really fallen down. And I don't believe her story. Like she's the Raw Women's Champion because she beat Charlotte Flair. She earned it. She didn't fucking earn shit. She's been jobbing Nia Jax for so long. Why is she suddenly the champion?
I agree with that. I think her booking has been more or less not very good at all. Hell, everybody in the Raw Women's division is booked shitty other than Charlotte. I mean, even Charlotte's booked pretty shitty.
It's because they can't write women. They've never been able to write women. That's just
Well, the guys on SmackDown are pretty decent at writing women.
because they have the guy
hating
that
on
used to
Smack-
write NXT. So
Dutch, that's the
believe-
point of Bailey. She's just like everyone else. No, she's not like everyone else. Not everyone is retarded like Jack Flash. She's not.
oh, thank you.
I'd like to think she's closer as a character. She's closer to the. She's more closely relatable. Fucking English language, am I right? She's closer to a retarded little girl than she is to an actual fucking adult. And I absolutely hate Bailey because she's like she didn't earn shit. And
It's the John Cena problem.
her booking has been shit, and she hasn't been that convincing. Like, she talks like, oh, WWE was my dream. Well, you fucking don't deserve that. Your matches in NXT were great. I'll admit that. But it was just, well, it felt out of the blue and not in a good way.
She has the
Yeah.
2010 Cena problem of she's written for kids, which means if
Yeah.
you're an adult and you're watching it, you just can't stand it because she's not written for you.
I'm going to be very
That's the problem.
blunt right now. If Bailey were to get released, I would be indifferent about it. I wouldn't give a shit that much.
I'd be a little sad, but I wouldn't be like, oh, God, I'm never watching WWE again. I'd be like, okay.
I wouldn't.
No.
What were you gonna say, Maverick?
I'd be a bit sad. I mean, I like Bailey. She's not my favorite woman in the roster. God, no, far from it. But I do like her. I like what she's doing. But that could be because I'm like a young adult. I'm not even really an adult. I'm 17. But like
Yeah,
I
fuck, you're
kind of feel where
17.
she's coming from. Her delivery on the microphone kind of sucks, but I mean I can kind of forgive it. She's likable to me. She's not lovable. She's not like one of those people that's like, oh my god, Bailey, I gotta tune into every single Bailey match. Like, if she's on, I'll watch her. She's all right.
However, I must add, I don't watch the weekly shows. I just watch.
I don't watch Raw. I watch SmackDown every week, but I do not watch Raw every week.
Because it's on at 1 a.m. So what's the fucking point? I just read the spoilers in the morning.
Also, I want to
Yeah.
two things, by the way. Tyler Dillon said people who want Bailey's ass are pedos. Well, not really, because she's an adult. She's just like retarded.
Yeah, she's an adult.
It's like people
Bailey's
who are
fans are
attracted to
fucking weird, though.
retarded people. I mean, people like are weirded out by it, but it's not wrong.
A lot of Bailey's fans are weird people.
Agreed.
Like they're just weird.
Also, her entire character is she had to fight so hard where she is. How she is non-deserving, though. She won the title out of nowhere, which is the writer's fault. Well, she didn't have to fight that hard to get where she is, if you ask me. She had some, like, in NXT, she was kind of believable. I understood the hype around her, but now that she's on Raw, she's just, well, she does not stand out at all in a bad way.
You know who sucks worse though? Fucking Nia Jax.
Oh, no.
Like
Raw's
what they should do, they should do what they did to Strowman. They should hire Awesome Kong to do house shows with her. Because Awesome Kong was a big woman who did big woman stuff and looked fucking amazing.
Yeah.
So you bring her in, do house shows every night, on the road, working with her, and she's gonna get better. If she's just fighting little people, and not like little people, but people smaller than her.
I wouldn't have to fight a midget.
Actually, that would make better television if she fought midgets. But anyway, because she's just fighting people smaller than her every week, she's not going to get any better in being a big wrestler.
Speaking of Nia Jax, by the way, there was this moment that was in the lead up to Survivor Series where the Raw women invaded SmackDown.
That's right.
And Bailey was like in on the attack, which was already fucking unbelievable. But there was this moment where Nia, like, she ran at the barricade as someone dove out of the way. She went straight through it and just she just sandbagged, laid there not moving. That was the most beautiful thing ever. I absolutely love that. That's the only great thing about Nia Jax, by the way. And I'm going to the next match: Sami Zayn versus Samoa Joe. It's gonna be Sami Zayn getting buried to put over Samoa Joe. Which
I wish it was Joe v. Rollins at Mania. I wish it was that.
I wish it was Sami Zayn versus Rollins as well. For this match, and then, well, maybe... No, never mind. Forget what I said. I mean, I don't know who Sami Zayn should face, but Sami Zayn should go over.
If Strowman isn't in the, the Battle Royal, I think Sami should win the Battle Royal. Just like the underdog, and it gives him a bit of credibility to just go and do something after Mania.
Yeah.
Like, he could easily fight for the US title or something.
Yeah.
After Mania.
Also, this is probably my favorite match on the card. Neville versus Jack Gallagher.
Oh god, yes, cruiserweights, but they're gonna do the fucking submission cruiserweight shit instead of flippy shit.
Jack Gallagher
This
is
Do more
amazing.
flippy shit.
this is what I think is going to go down. I think Neville is going to win, but it's going to be like a bullshit, like it's not like maybe Gallagher gets his foot on the ropes and the ref doesn't see it or some kind of bullcrap like that.
Yeah.
Then Gallagher wins it at Mania in maybe like a ladder match or something. I could see that happening.
I'm going to go different. I'm going to say that Neville wins both matches. The one at Mania and then at the post Mania Raw, Gallagher is gonna win. That's what I think.
I feel
can see
that.
that.
I feel that WWE should have bought TNA for two things. One, the Ultimate X match, because I fucking love Ultimate X matches. And
It's
two, the 2005 X Division tape library. And then they just give that to their cruiserweights and go, do that. Because, you know,
Yeah, for
that
real.
shit
That's what they need to fucking
shredded.
do.
Like, that's how a cruiserweight division should be. And it's not that right now.
Yeah, it's basically little men doing the big men style, and that shit
Yeah,
does
they're
not.
working WWE style, and I know it's safer and I know it's better for them, but fuck off. No. Do flippy shit.
Yeah, that's what we came to see. We came to see the flippy shit.
Yeah, don't try and tell a story. Just kick the shit out of each other in 20 minutes.
Yeah.
That's what you're there for.
Then we have Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson versus Enzo and Kaz, which is like the.
I hope that Enzo and Cass don't win.
I
because-
don't hope that either, because I want them to win it at Mania, but I want both of them to improve in the weeks leading up to Mania, because right now they're like
All-time division just seems like absolute shite right now.
agreed.
Because
Pretty much
they
the
know
entire
the New Day would run everyone over because they're still really over. But they don't want the New Day as champs because they've been champs forever.
Also, Carl Anderson
So
has the
it's-
face of a gnome. Just wanted to put that out there.
He does.
He
I can
does.
see
But-
that, yeah.
Let me go ahead and put this on the screen right now for people watching. I'm going to go ahead and put this on the screen. I have to go ahead and pick it up for a second. Gonna go. So I have Mimi Big Boy on screen. To remove that, let me add in screen capture. No, not that one. There, yes. Let me go ahead and grab this for a second. Here we go. Yes. I want everyone to go ahead and take a look at this face. Wait, 1 second. This one. Look at Carl Anderson. He looks like a gnome. I'm 100% convinced that he is a gnome. He is the midget that Nia Jackson's face. To be perfectly honest there. And you can agree or not. I don't give a shit. Just,
All four of their faces are just fucking so retarded.
wait, fuck.
Like,
People are looking at this, so I'm gonna have to turn that off again. Anywho, Carl Anderson looks like a gnome. End of story.
Period.
Period. End of story. That's the end. Anywho, I think it's best if the podcast is gonna end in like 5 minutes. Because I think like
apparently we're getting asked a question in the chat.
also
no, but-
Noah Coons wants to ask a question. Ask away. Let's talk about how good Teddy is.
Alright.
No. It's Teddy Coronado is shit. End of story.
Teddy
So Noah
Coronado
Coons has
is-
a question, so go ahead and ask away.
Is he Sinbad from the board?
Which top 3 women on the WWE roster would you shag?
Thanks, Kyle.
Thank you, Kyle. Let me go ahead and
Mother-
grab the. Well, first off, Becky Lynch, because, well, she's the number 1 for me, because, well, fucking hell, it's Becky Lynch.
I could agree.
Second, I'm gonna go with Asuka.
Oh my god, you're in my head.
And third
Asuka
off,
would be some fucking crazy shit. Jeez. Like she just comes out with this fucking 3 feet long strap on.
I mean, right,
Just like she's
right
gonna
before
make
you
you
nut
a
on her
bitch.
face, right before you nut on her face, she puts on the mask as a sort of shield. And third off, Emma because it's Emma. All right.
I could go for that.
Can
All
you
three of
talk
them.
about your predictions for the battle royale on House Party?
I win.
Um,
Spoilers.
no.
Kyle Scott.
All right. I have to go ahead and Indisputed. I need to know who are in that match, though. I need to go and take a quick look. Flash, Joey, Miles, Clutch, Alice, Felix, Matthews, Teddy, Zamora. Such a disappointing one. Such a disappointing battle royale. I'm gonna have to go with. Fuck it. I'm gonna say Clutch. Clutch is gonna go ahead and win that
Oh shit.
because
Oh,
it's
Clutch.
kind of like a dark horse shit.
That's
Yeah.
a bold move, Cotton. Let's see if it pays out.
And you say that as if I predicted it, and now you're pissed off. And if it's not that one, I'm gonna go with Felix Garcia. Either Clutch or Felix is my prediction. Maverick, you.
I would say who's all is Kyle Scott in it?
Yes, I believe so. Let me go and take a look.
This.
'Cause if he's in it, I could.
I don't think so. I don't think Clutch is in.
My money's on Hippo. Clearly.
um, let me think. I could see Miles Alpha winning it, and then it'll be like a, maybe Nova versus Miles. If Nova were to win, it'd be like
I see
a.
Brendan Byrne winning it.
I could see Brendan Byrne winning it, but at the same time, I think he may. I don't know if he's above the independent championship, but I definitely feel like a world title shot should be in his grasp.
Yeah.
Like,
But
he could
I
totally
could
turn Ash it and bring it up.
Also, Gnomish Gnome, no. Stop talking dumb shit.
What dumb?
Nobody cares
Let's
about
read
your
the
undefeated
fact. The
streak.
day that day will be Teddy's 106th day undefeated streak at House Party, and the last time since he was pinned.
That's because he never gets booked.
That's because you never get booked,
That's
cunt.
the only reason.
You're a cunt. Oh wait, Flash. Just a prediction. If you wouldn't know the results and you would look at it, who would you think would win?
Battle Royal?
Yeah.
Brandon Byrne, maybe? Or. Again, yeah, I'll go with Brendan Byrne. Like, I know it sounds like I'm sucking his dick a lot, but that's because I am.
You are
What are
literally
you, a
you literally
faggot?
had mouth.
All right. Yeah. I'm gonna go ahead and say that. Yeah. I'm gonna go with Clutch for that dark horse. And otherwise, Felix Garcia, because Felix deserves to have that match. He deserves even more, in my opinion, for anniversary. But I would think that would be fitting for Felix.
Felix finally getting the love. My boy Felix. His freaking dragon,
Yeah.
goddamn 3 times or triple crown.
We need Uber Dragon back in WIR.
You know what? I think personally, it's time to end the show. Personally, I think
So
we've had
2 hours,
everything.
that's a good show.
We've everything discussed.
We haven't discussed one thing.
what is that?
Fuck the Strays.
Fuck the strays.
Oh yeah. Fuck the strays, yeah. Fuck the strays.
So we're gonna end on that note. Fuck the strays. I want to thank you all for watching. I hope you guys had a great time. Well, probably better than we
Yeah,
did.
this is very fun.
And want to thank you all for watching WIR Let's
Wait.
Talk. Next week, will we see the strays get fucked? Will Flash actually shut up for once? And will Maverick still be champion? We're gonna have to find out.
Probably.
Tune in next time on
Dragon Ball
WIR
Z.
Let's Talk. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you all on Discord. Faggots.
Da-na-na-na-na-na.